Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. Welcome to my time to journal, an untrained person playing with lots of art supplies and having fun. Join me. Good morning, good morning. This is the ongoing saga of I don't know what I want to do. I do know what I want to do. I don't know how to execute it. So I came up with another thought process. This was yesterday's. Okay, I didn't like the boring white cats. This was the day before. I really liked this one. And this was the day before that. Not abstract enough. It just now looks like a 4-year-old did it. Love this, but it's not enough art therapy for me. And the idea of all of this is PoeTry. Somehow get Edgar Allan Poe's stories converge, mix with a tree and PoeTry. There's where all the trees come in. So then, like, this one was a tall tale heart, and I had hearts on top of the tree. This was the oval portrait. I had oval portraits on the tree. This was Goldbug, the one written in South Carolina. This was the black cat. And I had them in this black, spooky, foggy, which is what it looks like right here now. But ours is not the normal fog. Like, growing up in California, we had tons of fog in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, every day. Well, almost every day. And the Central Valley, where my sister lives, you have a lot of fog because it gets socked into that lower elevation between the coastal mountain ranges and the Sierras. And anyhow, here our fog is caused from humidity. It poured. Well, no, it did not pour here. It thundered a lot because we couldn't at times tell the difference between thunder and fireworks. Which really upset the dog, especially when one thunderclap happened right on top of our house, I think. It's been wild. We've had horrible tragedies again in the United States. We've had more earthquakes. Sunday we had 2 more. We have had 52 earthquakes since December 27th. South Carolina. South Carolina has several fault lines, and it's the 16th most active state in the United States, the most active state on the East Coast. As a rule, not just now. And there are these earthquakes that we're having. They call them swarms. Who knows? This is your news channel for the morning. Okay. May not be any art today because, number one, my idea is not working. Number two, my head is really messed up from yesterday's news in the United States again. And all that. Okay, so today, how am I going to do this differently? Well, I got this great idea yesterday. I even kind of came up with a little bit of a plan. I don't like to plan. If you know my videos, I don't like to plan. I like to work intuitively with a thought process in mind, like PoeTry. But I cannot get this one to work right. So I went to watching Journal de Sylvie, which I love her videos. She's relatively new or new to me at least, on YouTube. She makes beautiful, beautiful journals. She does a lot of what I guess you call mind mapping on her journals. She logs what she's reading. She logged what it was written in originally, what language, and when it was written and who wrote it. I mean, she does all this beautiful note-taking and mind mapping and making memories, she calls it sometimes, and just beautiful journaling. So she had a video last week, one day, that was about how she takes notes, and she came up with a little bit of a plan that had like a margin and a bottom section here, and a top section here, and a title. And I'm like, okay, maybe I can transform that into my PoeTry and like do a little bit more learning, because I love what I call learning by journaling. Learning the different poems and short stories that he wrote, because I really did not know that part of it. I knew he was creepy. I knew he was Halloween. I knew he had mental issues. I knew he was in South Carolina. I knew he was the Raven. I knew he was Edgar Allan Poe. I knew he was, in the 1800s. How much more do I need to know? That's all that was going on. And someone who is a huge fan and has tons of Edgar Allan Poe books and stamps and blah, 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 I should know more. So I was like, okay, let's weave that into this journal. So I came up with this on Procreate. And I kind of did a background. Ignore my printer that's having major issues. It's printing lines everywhere. So I did this one on the Raven, and I have the Raven. It was written in 1845. There he is. An antique typewriter, the Raven. And I was going to cross the title across here, but I don't know how to do that with 2 pieces of paper on Procreate. And I was like, this is great. This is great. I love this. I can replicate this thought process with a bunch of stories and talk about, the plot of the story, or something about the story. This morning it dawned on me, there's no tree. There's no tree. So do I put all of this on top of a picture of a tree? Do I do it in a journal with trees? Like an altered book? I don't know. Do I put this project on the back burner? Probably that's what's going to happen, because I don't know how to execute it. And I love this idea of PoeTry. Do I keep this for Halloween? And maybe use somebody's prompt list with Poe's words and stories and write my own poetry on a tree branch? I don't know. So while I figure this out, there might be a couple in-betweener videos. I don't know how long it's going to take me to figure this out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow, somehow, some way, in a journal. Bye!